Turkey's Erdogan arrives in Saudi Arabia to kick off Gulf tour. Turkish president will also visit Qatar and the United Arab Emirates as he seeks to boost foreign investment. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has arrived in Saudi Arabia to begin a three-state Gulf tour as he looks to attract foreign investment in his country's ailing economy. Erdogan landed in the Red Sea city of Jeddah on Monday to meet King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the country's de facto ruler, before heading for the United Arab Emirates and Qatar later this week. Similar business forums are planned for his trips to the UAE and Qatar. During our visits, our primary agenda will be joint investment and commercial activities with these countries in the upcoming period, Erdogan said before leaving Istanbul. He said two-way trade with Gulf countries has shot up from $1.6 billion to about $22 billion over the past 20 years. With the business forums to be organized, we will look for ways to move this figure much further, Erdogan said. Mending ties. The visit is his second to Saudi Arabia since a rapprochement. Ties between the two countries were strained by the 2018 murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi by Saudi agents in the kingdom's Istanbul consulate. Turkey angered Saudi Arabia by vigorously pursuing the case at the time, opening an investigation and briefing international media on the gory details of the killing. But with ties on the mend, Erdogan visited Saudi Arabia in April 2022, and Prince Mohammed traveled to Turkey in June last year. In March, Saudi Arabia deposited $5 billion into Turkey's central bank. Erdogan's latest Saudi trip comes as Turkey battles a currency collapse and soaring inflation, which have battered its economy. Erdogan's Gulf tour follows his re-election in May for another 5-year term. Erdogan's visit to the Gulf after the critical elections held in Turkey itself reflects the importance of the Gulf states in the Turkish foreign policy agenda, Sinem Cengiz, a researcher at Qatar University, told the Agence France-Presse news agency. Growing Gulf interest in investing in diverse sectors is a boost for Turkey, which is trying to increase exports to help ease its economic problems, the expert on Gulf-Turkish relations said. Indicator of solid relations. Speaking about Erdogan's visit to Doha, Qatar's ambassador to Turkey said the trip would boost cooperation. This visit is an important indicator of the solid relations that bind Turkey and Qatar. Sheikh Mohammed bin Nasser bin Jassim Al Thani told Turkey's Anadolu agency ahead of the visit to Qatar. Bin Nasser said the agenda for Erdogan's visit to Doha would include expanding investments between the two countries. Ukraine's Zelensky says Russia blackmails world with food access. Ukrainian food provides basic security to 400 meters people and Moscow cannot be allowed to hold that supply ransom. Zelensky. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that no one has the right to destroy the food security of any nation and the world has an opportunity to show Russia that it does not allow blackmail. Ukraine's exports provided food security for 400 million people, Zelensky said, and Russia cannot be allowed to hold such a vital supply ransom to its whims. If a bunch of people somewhere in the Kremlin think that they supposedly have the right to decide whether food will be on the table in different countries, Egypt or Sudan, Yemen or Bangladesh, China or India, Turkey or Indonesia, then the world has an opportunity to show that blackmail is not allowed to anyone, Zelensky said in his nightly address. Describing the need to be protected from Russian madness, following Moscow's withdrawal from the Black Sea grain deal on Monday, Zelensky said the export of grain from Ukraine's seaports should continue, with or without Russia's participation. Everyone has a right to stability. Africa has the right to stability. Asia has the right to stability. Europe has every right to stability. And therefore, we must all care about security, about protection from Russian madness, he said. The Black Sea Grain Initiative can and should keep operating, if without Russia, then without Russia, Zelensky added. Ukraine, along with the United Nations and Turkey, which brokered the original deal with Russia, can jointly continue the operation of the food corridor and the inspection of vessels, the Ukrainian leader said. There was widespread condemnation and outcry over Russia's decision on Monday to end its participation in the deal, which allowed the export of Ukrainian grain from the country's Black Sea ports. The agreement had helped ensure the price stability of vital global commodities such as wheat. The year-old agreement, which officially expired at 2100 Greenwich Mean Time on Monday, was a lifeline for global food security and a beacon of hope in a troubled world, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said in New York. Guterres said he was deeply disappointed that a letter he sent to Russian President Vladimir Putin last week with proposals to save the agreement went unheeded.